In the spirit of my British Asian heritage, I've set Sam the task of baking 3 traditional afternoon tea dishes, but with an Asian twist.
Now, you may have seen on our Instagram page, I baked Pandan scones a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say, I think the reaction was good.
Yeah, they went down a treat.
So that will be one of my recipes that I'll cook today.
Yeah, so the real challenge is that Sam is going to be baking with 2 flavors that he's never actually tried before, which is ube, which is yam, like the sweet purple potato, and also pulahitam, which is the very popular Southeast Asian dessert here. So that's going to be a real challenge for you.
So I have my recipes ready now. I'm about to head into the kitchen and bake up a storm. And tonight I'll be serving them like a traditional afternoon tea on date night at the Botanic Gardens.
But before he bakes up a storm and probably destroys our kitchen in the process, please do give this video a like and also subscribe to see more content like this. Right, on your marks, get set, bake.
Okay, so as you can see, the first bake is done. This is the Pandan scones. If you want the recipe for this, we'll link it below. But I'm happy because the first row of our afternoon tea set is done. There we go. Next up will be this second layer, which will be the pulahitam Swiss roll.
So while Sam is baking in the kitchen, I'm off to Fair Price to go pick up some ingredients for the savoury section of our picnic. See you in a bit.
So, as you probably saw when I was rolling this up, this one has kind of collapsed on itself. I think I overbaked it because it started to crack, but the proof is always in the pudding, and I think this one tastes a little bit nicer than it looks. But this is the pulahitam Swiss roll. You can kind of see the layers, just see the layers. So that is the second thing done for our afternoon tea. Next up is the ube cake, and it will be a Victoria sandwich. So hopefully it will look nicer than this. So I've just come back from the supermarket, less than an hour. As you can see, it is bucketing it down. Maybe you can hear it better. But I don't know what that means for our picnic. Sam will still make his amazing bakes, I'm sure. But we'll see, still up in the air about the picnic. All right, see you later. Finally, for the afternoon tea, it is the purple, beautiful ube cake. Here it is. It looks a lot nicer than Swiss rolls. It's got desiccated coconut on top, as you can see. I'm just about to cut into it now, see what it looks like inside. It's got ube jam in the middle, nice crust on top. There you have it. That is the 3-layer afternoon tea, Asian inspired. So you've got your Pandan scones, you've got your PULUT HITAM Swiss roll, and then you've got the 2 slices of ube cake.
So now the only real issue we have is the weather. It's looking very gloomy, not really picnic weather. So we're just gonna have to see whether we actually end up going to the Botanic Gardens or we're just feasting and picnicking at home.
So I didn't think we'd make it. It was raining, but we're braving it and we're going.
Yep, umbrella at the ready, true British style, but we're going off to Botanic Gardens to eat the Asian inspired bakes. Let's go.
So it's not what we envisaged when we came, but we've finally found a spot that looks dry enough.
Gonna put out our picnic mat and make the most of it. Right, first bite of the Pandan with kaya scone. This is so flavorful the moment you bite in. The kaya brings the sweetness, the pandan is really flavorful, fragrant. So even though it's bright green, which is a little strange, I guess, for us Brits.
Hey, we've got a purple cake coming soon.
Yeah, that's true. But I have to say, honestly, it's a real winner for me. I think I actually like it better than traditional scones.
There we have it.
Yeah.
So, first one done. I think we're onto a winner at the moment, but we'll come back for the Swiss roll. So round 2 of the Asian inspired afternoon tea, it's time for the PULUT HITAM Swiss roll.
In case anyone who's watching doesn't quite know what PULUT HITAM is, it is a glutinous rice, like a rice pudding, but with a really nice refreshing dollop of coconut cream. So this will be really interesting to try as a Swiss roll. Ready?
Yep.
Cheers. So I have to say, it's really nice, the glutinous rice element to it. But what I like the best is the coconut cream. And I think it really, even though it's a little bit more sesame tasting to me, I do have to say that it is really an interesting take on the Swiss roll. And I think I would have it again for sure. I would say this is a solid 8 out of 10. And the Pandan scones were probably, for me, a 9 out of 10. So we're doing pretty well so far on the Asian inspired afternoon tea.
So I'm not gonna lie, we just ate those 2 in the last few minutes, but the light is dying here, so we're gonna go for the ube cake. Now ube is something that I've never cooked with, I've never eaten before. It's something that Rhianne only tried last week or a couple of weeks ago. So I don't really know what to expect. I'm gonna hand it over to who I claim, or you claim, is the expert on ube.
Not an expert, but yeah, so my colleague, it was his birthday and we had ube macapono cake, which is the purple sweet potato or yam, hence the color of this cake. You know, as Sam said, you know, we had with the pandan bright green, this one is bright purple, so it definitely ticks the box. So let's try. And like you said, you've never had ube before, so it will be something completely new for you, Sam. Cheers.
Well, that is a really interesting flavour. I can't quite get it, like my taste palette, I can't really...
It's earthiness.
Yeah, it's very earthy.
It's not sweet, which is why I really like it. Ube is quite earthy and not overpowering. The only thing we did try to make it with, or Sam tried to make it with a coconut cream. Unfortunately, we don't have a mixer, so it didn't quite whip up. So we do have ube jam in the middle. Even though it didn't quite work out as we'd hoped, it still is so nice. Because for me, I'm not like a big sweet fan, so I absolutely adore this cake. So for me, definitely something that we should be having again.
This challenge was set by Rhianne, so let me hand it over to her to see if I've succeeded in this challenge.
I think you've overcome a lot of different things. Our oven, we don't have a real oven. Even with all of that, the flavour was there. The Asian flavours, the Asian inspired flavours were there. So I have to say it was really a success, even if they hadn't quite turned out how Sam had wanted at the end of the day. I think my favourite has to be the Pandan scones. I think they might be my all-time favourite that I've ever had. In all of the UK, I think just these Pandan scones are really sure. So you have passed the test, you have done my mixed Asian British heritage proud, and you know, oh, my glass is nearly empty, but cheers to that.
So, I'm happy with that. You can't really say fairer than that. It took a long time in the kitchen, a long time.
It did.
And just learning the new flavours, stuff that I've never cooked with before, like I've said, stuff I've never tasted before. So it was a whole new thing.
So it pushed you to your limit as well.
And again, this was another thing that one of our subscribers had said about doing. So if you do have any suggestions for other videos that we can do, please,
put them in the comments.
Yeah, comment below. We'll endeavour to do them.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Do subscribe if you haven't already to see more content like this. And please do give us a like. We really appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.